Welcome, all you lords and ladies of fate. You have once again found yourself in the self-proclaimed only Twitch TTRPG stream that allows you, the viewer, to significantly impact the stories being told on your screens. In order to do so, you must spend fate chips. These are our loyalty points that you earn just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or even for engaging with us in chat. Use those fate chips to heal your favorite players, summon in a custom item, or make our players say silly things. You can even force the adventurers into random encounters. Tonight, we are playing Rifts by Palladium Books. I am Julian, and I'm gonna be the GM for the evening, and we have our wonderful players. We have Chance playing Felix the Totem Warrior.
Hello!
We have Michael playing Remy the Soldier, the Weapon X Soldier. We have Bill playing as Demetrius the Atlantean Voyager. And April playing as Sophia, the Mind Melter, also Atlantean.
I don't mind Sophia too.
And we will maybe be joined by Dave. We don't know. We might. That dragon can do some weird stuff like teleporting. Anyway, welcome back to Season 2 of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Megaverse. Tonight's episode is Mooo, Eclectic, Buckaloo. Which might be somewhat of a callback to earlier seasons, but we'll get to that. Our heroes found themselves in Laszlo last time, feeling the repercussions of the Grand Prophecy, but mainly just doing downtime stuff like starting radio stations and talking to Sci Stalkers. However, they were contacted by Plato himself, who wanted a little chat with you for the current events. And he talked about this whole Great Devourer business being very, very tiring, really, and needed to be handled in some way. There was a lot of disagreement about what the Great Devourer actually was, but he wanted you specifically to look at the possibility of it being the vampires that were amassing in Mexico. There were apparently quite a lot of them. And his personal friend and coalition enemy number 1, Erin Tarn, had disappeared in that area, and he also wanted you to find out what might have possibly happened to her. You got a lot of anti-vampire equipment, and you pimped up Lenny, both digitally and hardware style, a lot of silver. And prepared yourself for the journey to Hope, one of the baronies of Colorado, from where you could take your journey further south. Helena, the undead slayer Atlantean, told you that it might be a good idea to pass by Arizona in your journey, even though it would be a bit of a longer way on the map. It would be smoother because of lesser mountains. But you are free to plan your own journey, of course. You stood with Lenny on the rift platform and once again saw the blue light, and find yourself in a very dry, very hot, desert-like area on the outskirts of a rather big town. Not as big as Laszlo, of course. Having been there, it just doesn't impress all that much, but Felix, in your case, you have seen very few settlements as big as this one, and you do know that Hope is quite big. Almost 40,000 people living there alone. And it seems like mainly 2-3-story houses, no pavement as such, but a lot of flying horses with cowboys on top. A lot of what looks like sky surfboards with World War I pilots standing on top of them. And a lot of different looking cattle, some of it dinosaur, moving in different direction to farms in the outlying area. As you get your bearings, you notice that 2 people seem to be awaiting your arrival. One human, one most definitely not. Golden lizard-like being with 4 arms and wings, almost a bird-like face. chance, you definitely know these as the Linseal. You have heard of the Sky Knights. Of
Never
Grand
gotten to
Canyon.
meet one though.
This is the first time you actually see one. And I will reveal pictures of both the very grim-looking man and the golden lizard. I didn't get the top of the golden lizard. I didn't mean to. Sorry, golden lizard. There you go. That's the grim-looking man and the golden lizard.
That's a guy that's gonna tell you where you can get me a way out of town whiskey, what?
I was about to say he's not pointing the gun in that menacing fashion at the moment. He actually looks quite welcoming. If Clint Eastwoody welcoming, like, I'm not gonna kick your ass right now.
But it's possible.
I reserve the right to kick your ass.
Exactly. But seems friendly enough right now. You do notice that his armor seems to be merging into his skin here and there. And again, Felix, you probably recognize him as a Cyber Knight.
While my tribe shuns technology in general, we have made friends among the peace-loving people of the, not really the Northwest, the Northern Midwest, the Dakotas, the Northern Colorados. That's kind of our stomping grounds in general.
You've definitely seen Cyber Knights before. They seem like nice people, the ones you've met anyway.
They are even welcome within the tribe territory.
Yeah, and they respect your customs and all that. Anyway, he looks at you and say, "Howdy, you the people from Laszlo?"
Yep.
Good.
I'm Felix. Hi, I'm Felix. I gotta say
Jack.
it right. Hi, I'm Felix.
I'm Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Kavanaugh.
Jack
Sheriff
Kavanaugh.
around these parts.
Oh, you're the sheriff here.
Yep.
Good to meet you. Hopefully we stay on your good side.
That
is our
would
intent.
probably be a good idea.
That
This
is our
Ren,
intent.
My deputy.
Watch out for this one as I point at the undead slayer.
The Voyager, yeah.
What?
I see.
Look, there he is!
You're one of them Atlantean fellas, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you're welcome around these parts. You usually nice people.
Thank you.
Well, you all are anyway. You're invited if you're the people from Laszlo. Baron would very much like to meet you if you have the time. I mean, I know you're not staying, but
We would be honored. Absolutely honored.
that's mighty fine. Well, if you just follow me, you can park your car over there. He points at a spot that looks like all the other spots of free dirt.
You hang out there, Lenny. We'll be back.
Okay, but tarnation that the car just stole.
I put him on lockdown.
You close every hatch.
Those fine horses. Was those organic? Those fine
Well,
horses?
some of them look somewhat organic, but after a while you notice that no, they are either magical robots covered in fur or just robots. You also see normal horses, but they're not in the outskirts and they don't fly above the roof line, so you don't see them until you get into the actual town.
Normal horses don't have wings.
No,
all right.
no, and they're not flying. They're just riding around. And you are shown into town, which looks very much like you would see in any Hollywood Western movie. Kind of like a movie set, really. Almost too Western-y movie set-y, with, in your case, Remy especially, it looks kind of fake. Too clean to be an actual Western city. Like they're trying to do a mockery of it, somewhat. But everybody is dressed in cowboy clothing and is lifting their hats at you, saying howdy.
Their technology, is it compatible to mine, or is it more advanced, less
Well,
advanced?
it's actually pretty much what you've seen in Laszlo. A bit more mixed when it comes to armament because they have all sorts of weird stuff. Some of them look like what you've seen for video game guns for the Sega console. Some of them look like guns you've seen a million times. But the
I was thinking about what they said about the vampires and not looking at them, and I was remembering not to stare at their eyes, and I was trying to figure out how to come up with a way that I could use my technology to prevent that. And I was thinking of using my night scope and my digital camera connected to like a visor or some kind of face band that lets me see whatever my night scope is being projected on my viewer.
Well, you could definitely try that. You don't know if it'll work. All that magic mumbo jumbo seems to bypass your technology every now and then.
Now this is a pretty like spiritual like we're in hope, right? You said.
Yes, and you do sense ley lines. There's definitely a nexus that you're heading towards, which is probably the mayor's office, well, the baron's office, sorry. And there are a lot of techno-wizardry about. It's kind of like some of the parts of the city looks more steampunk than Western. A lot of the machinery doesn't make any sense to you, Remy, because it shouldn't really. It's like orc technology from 40k. It shouldn't fit together and work. It just kind of does. A lot more crystals than you're probably used to.
If you paint it red, it goes faster.
Exactly. And that might actually work if you're a techno wizard.
So is there like a mechanic I would want to go talk to, or is there someone?
Techno mechanics.
Techno wizards are orc shamans. Huh? Oh my god. Techno wizards are orcs.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, there's plenty of mechanics, but the mechanics are mostly techno-wizardry, and the ones that are not seems to be mainly focused on hard tech like cars and such.
Okay, well, this would just be involved with an optic and the viewer and a means to connect it to my...
Oh, they don't have that kind of tech. That's not the thing they have here. They might have a techno-wizard of it, but they don't have any high vision thing.
No, I have it myself. I just need to assemble it. Maybe have someone who has a mechanical background to help me.
You can ask Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia should probably be able to do it with the telemechanics.
She does mechanics.
She has the psychic ability to basically know everything about that and how to assemble, disassemble, fix, repair, any of that stuff. She just has to use her telemechanics.
Okay. Well, I have general mechanics. I just need something like an armor. Maybe someone. I just need a visor that has like a, what do you call it? A VR screen, like a VR helmet. Where my
heads up.
My digital.
You want a heads up display, basically.
Yeah, in front of my eyes.
That one's in your armor.
Hmm?
If that helps. That's in your armor. If that
Is
helps.
it? I wasn't aware.
That's a standard environmental armor feature.
Okay, then I don't need it.
Can I use my see aura to see if there's presence of magic, psionics, or anything like that?
You sure see aura occasionally, and yes, it's all around. A lot of the people here are also magically active. Many of them not highly active, but just in the beginning phases, so to speak, low level. There is also quite a lot of psychics. And even a couple that both have psychic and magical abilities. You guess that they might be what they call mystics, which is kind of a school of magic that connects with nature and the earth and the whole balance in all things kind of thing.
Felix is constantly just being like,
yes.
Would they know how
A lot
to
of
do a
pixie
brain
sticks.
dance?
like, getting overwhelmed with the smell here. Okay, we're good.
A lot of pixie sticks around. Lot of pixie sticks.
He smells psychic and magic and supernatural energy.
Ah,
Not as an activated ability, just he smells.
Unfortunately, you can't turn it off.
Right.
I see.
Anyway, lot of friendly people passing by you. Most of them human, but there is also something called a Fenodi, which kind of looks like a cross between a cactus and a fish in humanoid form. But there are a lot of them about. There's also a few of the Linthrial, the Sky Knight, the golden lizards, that seems to be watching over, not as in making sure everybody behaves themselves, more like making sure everyone is having a good time. You notice somebody falling off their horse and one of the Linthrials flying over quickly to make sure he's all right. He looks a bit annoyed of the attention, but this seems to be normal in the town.
What kind of threats do you get in this area?
You ask the sheriff?
Yeah. Ask
Well,
Jack.
in the town, not a lot. There's some monsters in the area, of course. Can't be helped. Mercenaries and bandits every now and then. The coalition rattling their sabers, but we're pretty safe here.
How do you deal with the coalition?
We don't, mainly. Try not to. They're very far away, fortunately.
What about the monsters in the area? What are you used to seeing?
Oh, well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Mostly dinosaurs, really. Some panther-looking creatures. With 6 legs. Quick leapers.
My first honor
Yeah.
quest was to take on a Tritops
Oh, one of those.
alone with no weapons.
We've seen some of those. We got some Great Leapers.
That's
Lots of Great Leapers.
Absolutely.
Do you have a herbal shop?
I think so.
Some might sell wolfbane and garlic.
Oh, that? Yeah. We could definitely get you that. I mean, there's not a lot of vampires about, but we make sure that there's not a lot of vampires about, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we sell that shit.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
I guess not. Well, yeah, I definitely want to pick up maybe some kind of like a lotion. I was thinking garlic lotion. Maybe some breath spray.
That's a funny idea. You should mention that to some of the Techno-Wizard mechanics. They might make some fun stuff with that.
Okay, I should.
But let's get on with it. You get to a larger building, 4 stories. Looks kind of like a mansion with a garden around it that you kind of expect to be very orderly, almost planned, one would say, but it looks very wild, but at the same time not abandoned. It's not like the grass is growing everywhere. It just stopped kind of growing when it was just high enough to be pleasant. The flowers are growing wildly about, even though it's a desert. And there's some animals here and there. Some of them you probably expect, like dogs, cats. Some of them probably not. Like there's a couple of parrots in that palm tree. This is an art garden. Anyway, you are being led inside a house that seems to be very hunting focused. A lot of trophies. A lot of stuffed animals. And
Actual animals that are stuffed, not teddy bear stuffed.
Exactly. Not that. No, definitely not the cute stuffed animals. No. Actually, they are kind of cute, some of them. But no, not the teddy bear. And being led into what seems to be a study, with some maps hanging around that probably can recognize as being incomplete, but all complete that usually is found around here. And you see a man with a mighty mustache.
They're maps of this region?
Yes.
Sophia, can you like recall that?
Yeah. Yes, you have total recall. Then yeah, you can
Yeah, sure.
totally take a look.
You already have the map. That's the one I showed you
yeah.
last time with the Baronies, but still. Anyway, the man with the mighty mustache, graying hair, and also the mustache is graying, seems to be looking up at you with a tired eye, but still a smile as he drinks a little bit of his whiskey. I have revealed him in Roll20.
Sam Elliott, right there.
That's the man.
The man, the myth, the mustache.
Heck yeah.
This is Baron Midgard. I'll leave you to it. Everything all right, Baron? Yes, almighty fine. It's almighty fine. Come on in, sit down, have a glass of whiskey.
Hi, I'm Felix.
And I'm Sophia.
Hello.
Nice to meet
Demetrius.
us.
Remy,
We are
Nice to meet you
honored
all.
to be invited here.
Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you all. Now,
I'll
everybody,
pour
pour some-
whiskeys for the party.
You pour for him. He's just about to get up and gets back down. Good, good, good.
And for him too,
Covered.
obviously.
Getting that covered. That's good. That's good. Well, now, it's not often we have visitors from Laszlo around here, but you, of course, are very welcome in my barony.
Well, to be fair, we're more sent by Laszlo as opposed to actual Laszloians.
Nah, it doesn't matter to me where are you from. I mean, the Golden Ones are from some strange dimension, and they're fine people. Fine people.
So I hear.
But, I was wondering now that you're here, and I heard that, you people might be mighty fine heroes. Laszlo spoke mighty fine of you. That you might be willing to help me with a bit of a problem I have here in my barony.
Absolutely, you name it. How can we help?
Right, you see, I was gonna contact the local Navajos, but that usually takes a while because they have no radio, so couldn't really raise money for this. But it seems like there's been some disappearances in one of the farms up north by the mountains. Some of the cattle seem to be missing. And usually there's some leftovers, if you know what I mean, if it's monsters and stuff. And if it's bandits, they usually make a holler. And nobody heard a thing, so it's a bit mysterious.
And it's people missing too?
No, just cattle.
Just
But
cattle so far?
Cattle is mighty important in these areas.
Truth. We'll absolutely. I think we have got a little bit of time to check it out. We're not. We can be happy to assist you, sir.
That will be mighty fine, sir, indeed, mighty fine. Well, Jack here, that you already met, is his brother Jip. That's the farm, so he can probably lead you out there. You are, of course, welcome to stay where if you want to. Do you have a room?
No, not yet.
No, I'll make sure the saloon have a room for you farm people, so you have a place to stay.
Well, we've only just started our journey. I think we can head out there today.
Good. Well, in case you need to stay here for the night, I'll make sure you have some place to be.
Appreciate it very much, sir.
Well, do you fine folks have any questions?
When they go missing, is there any reoccurrences as far as like, is it every day, every other day?
Well, as far as no, it's only once, but it's a lot of dang cattle. It's about 500 heads of cattle missing
500 head of, that's a lot of cattle.
in one night, which is a bit odd, really.
That's
Even
a
in these
lot.
parts.
had you sent anyone else to investigate it? Like any trackers or
The sheriff's
any,
brother Jeff, he
scouts?
said.
Well, the Jep is the owner of the farm. Jack, of course, has been out there looking, so he might know a bit more. But I was gonna contact the local Navajo tribe, which is usually our trackers, but it takes a while, and yeah, it's
Okay.
quite fortunate that you came around, actually.
Yeah, we got a good tracker here.
For our purposes, I don't suppose you have met or heard of the famous Aaron Tarn traveling through here recently?
Well, of course, I heard about the fine Miss Tarn. She did travel through here, but that was about a year ago.
About a year back?
Yeah. She
You know,
mighty fine company. Mighty
she was
fine
heading
company.
south.
Oh yeah, she was talking about something going through the Grand Canyon, and then something about heading down to the Pecos Empire.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all.
Finish off the whiskey. Appreciate that too. We'll be out of your hair.
You
Did you say
people have-
Peacock Empire?
Pecos,
Peacock.
like a
Okay, Pecos.
I'm gonna call them the Peacock Empire from now on. That is
Yes.
actually kind of fitting.
headcanon.
But yeah, you get up and leave the study, and Jack is waiting outside.
Looks like we're gonna go meet your brother.
Very glad you took on that assignment. Chip's been very worried. I might say it's a very mysterious thing you do. No.
That's a lot of head of cattle missing. We are happy to help.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of quick levers to take that many cattle.
Listen to a story about Nam Ming Jack for a mountain here.
That's a mighty fine song. You mind teaching me that? He says while you're going on. I'm gonna teach that to my brother.
I'm also going to be making friends a little bit. You know, telling a little bit about with the forefathers tribe of my tribe. You know, just building some connections.
He does actually seems to have heard of you, not directly, but through the Navajo tribes.
Yeah. It isn't our stomping ground, but we do sometimes go out this far, if need arises.
But as you head on into the streets and through everything that's mighty fine to look at, I would like Demetrius and Remy to make me a safe versus psionics, please. You're muted, Remy.
Is that a D20?
Well,
I think I did okay.
12. You don't have any psychic powers, do you, Demetrius?
No, I don't have any psychic powers, but I do have, like, I think we have a bonus racially.
Well, check your bonus because you need a 16 to make this save. Remy, do you have any?
No.
Now, if it was an attack on one of the group, actually Sophia's group mind block would pop into place.
No, that's auto defense.
Does my pixie ring do anything?
Yeah, group mind block is activated. There's not an automatic one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, solo mind block, I think you can get an automatic, but group mind block is only activated. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, my bad.
There's also one called Mind Block Auto Defense, which just automatically activates. But that's only for herself. But you both failed that save.
Yeah.
None of you are any the wiser, which is good. There's a lot of magic about it. It's very hard to actually.
Did everything
out
just taste purple for a second?
yes, it did. And now it tastes green. And now for some reason yellow.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
But as you go down the street, you all hear a familiar voice surrounded by people. Now looky here, I have the best shoe shine in the world.
Do you hear what
Come
I'm
on
hearing?
come on closer.
Let's go say hi.
Let's go say hi.
Step right up. You notice that, like I said, a lot of people are standing around. None of them really looks engaged other than just enjoying the show and letting you through if you want to get through. And you notice Aaron A. Aronson standing with a small stand, which looks like a kid's lemonade stand, with a lot of small tin cans. on top of each other, trying very hard to convince these people that they need to buy his shoe shine. Which admittedly is probably a better way of selling shoe shine than in Mad Haven. And a few people does seem interested.
Fancy meeting you here.
Why, looky here, if it ain't that Indian guy.
Still don't have any shoes.
You need shoes to get that shoe shine. And if it ain't my business partner, it's mighty nice to see you again, sir.
Remy, yeah, how you doing, my
Very
friend?
well, very well.
Been a while.
Well, yeah, I got out of that weird place, Mad Haven. That was it. I'm not going back there. They did not need no shoe shine.
Nah, no, they did not.
Did you run into an onion guy?
No onion guy. Got this porcupine guy fella that tried to eat me.
How about a 7-foot-tall woman in black spiky armor?
Yeah, I would have remembered that. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree.
Well, if you happen to see somebody that matches that description, next time we meet, let me know.
Yeah. What about a robot rising army from the east? You see anything like that?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, actually, because that's when I got out of Mad Haven, running really fast. Because I had to leave my car behind. It's a long story, but I ran into these fellas with big sticks and these larval thingies on the big sticks. And they said, I'm their slave. I said, no, sir, I ain't your slave. I am Mr. Aaron A. Arison, and I am no one's slave. And he disagreed. So I ran some more.
Sounds like you met some slavers.
Yeah, that's what people tell me they're called. They're not very nice people. No, sirree, not nice people at all.
Yeah,
But
So people not.
but then when I thought they were almost caught me, these weird-looking mechanical beings showed up. I mean, they weren't humanoid. They didn't have legs or arms. Well, they had kind of these feeder thingies that weren't really arms, but you know. And they kind of slaughtered the slavers. So I ran.
Were they like
A bunch of
they
robot
floated?
cyborgs showed up and slaughtered the slavers.
Well, not cyborg, really not cyborg, sir, because cyborg, they kind of look like humans, if you get my drift. These people, well, thingies were pretty much, they kind of like squares and triangular stuff, and I've seen a couple of movies that was in a collection that they kind of look like something out of, Star Wars.
Okay.
Weird beings, but I ran. And then I saw this bright blue light, and I thought, that's a mighty fine bright blue light. And then I was here, which is much nicer place, and no weird robots or people with lava sticks, which I'm very happy about.
You should do pretty well here. There's a lot of people, and that's pretty well law-abiding. You might enjoy the town of Hope.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, yes, sir.
That's good information. I give him 25 credit.
Well, thank you, and it gives you a small tin of shoe shine.
What is this made out of? Is it flammable?
Well, yes, as flammable as shoe shine really usually is. It is. You look at it, it's pretty good stuff. It's great.
It's like dye and wax and tar and charcoal.
Where'd you get this stuff from, Erickson?
Well, I found this bunker.
Oh, you found a bunker?
Yeah, and they had all sorts of weird tints, and these are kind of the last thing I didn't sell because nobody really knows what it is.
Okay.
Maybe smell it?
It does smell nice, and I get all sorts of tinkly feelings when I do.
Okay.
What is he describing? I don't understand.
He's basically getting high from smelling it too much.
Oh, the
My goodness. Okay.
By the way, you ain't seen my shark puppy?
Nope.
he got out. He
Shark
escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shock puppy. Remember that thing that followed Illustrious?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that pretty lady you had running around. What do you do with that pretty lady?
Oh, she went off on adventures
she
of her
went on
own.
Oh, fair enough.
But it's in good care because she loves animals and she likes. She had a ferret of her own.
To be honest, it's probably for the best. It's a battle to feed that thing. I almost lost fingers.
Well, not really unrelated, but out of character, real quick. I'm gonna blame my head not really working right now. Did the prophecy say robots rising from the east? Where did that just come from?
The robots came from. There were 7 prophecies, and there was the thing about the devourers. But within the conversation of who the devourer is, there is rumors of an army coming from the east. So it doesn't really relate to the devourers.
Okay.
There
were rumors of a robot army to the east.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Because I'm like, I don't remember a robot army being in the prophecy. Okay, got it. My brain's just not toasting.
It's not part of specific.
Oh, completely right.
But
It's the whiskey.
it is just rumors.
I've only just begun.
Right?
Which is why kind of what I was telling Plato, that there is more technology in this world than he was aware of.
Oh, he's probably aware of it. He just doesn't really want it. What would a dragon do with it anyway?
Why do I need a battery when I have a ley line?
Yeah.
But anyway, everything seems to be fine except for a few failed saves that probably has no bearings on the rest of the story whatsoever. As you slowly leave the main town of Hope and get into the farmland, which again is very fertile considering that you are in very hot and dry climates. You can smell the magic all over the place, but compared to most magic that you smell, Felix, this is not so much pixie sticks. This is more pleasant, like it's more in tune with nature. This is more like your tribe usually does, like your shaman.
Huh. Felix is looking rather pleased and content as we're traveling through here.
It seems nice. It's not completely the same, but it's the same respect for your surroundings and the balance of everything that is very much in tune here.
Almost letting his guard down, even. Almost.
I'll remember that. -2 to your perception check. Never mind. But it's very idyllic, really, especially considering that you're on Rift's Earth. A lot of farmers looking up and waving at you as you pass.
Hi, I'm Felix.
You are, by the way, riding. Well, Jack is riding out there. I guess you're riding or driving. You can take Lenny out there.
I'm on my horse.
We'll take Lenny.
And you get to this rather large farmstead. Seems like there's probably more than one farmer working here. Well, more than one area of farming controlled by the main building of sorts. See a lot of dudes on horses, making sure cattle gets in the right places. Most of them again human, but a few of the Fenodi looking creatures and quite a lot of Psy Stalkers. Which, in case some of you don't know, because Felix is the only one who probably know what Psy Stalkers is a strange mutations of humans that occurred during the Dark Ages and apparently evolved to eat magic energy. They do this mainly by cutting the magic being up and making sure the lovely PPE is doubled before eating them. But they don't actually eat the body as such. Well, some of the wilder tribes may do that, but they don't need to eat the body. But they're very nice to have around if you have supernatural predators, because they say, yummy, and go fight them.
Of course, at best, Psy Stalkers are held at generally arm's length unless you're very familiar with them, because, I mean, they eat people's powers.
Yeah, they do.
They sucked his brains out.
They do. They eat your PPE.
And many of them are psychotic murderers.
These seems rather well adjusted. Mostly, they are rough and tumble, and some of them do speak very naughty words to each other. Very naughty indeed. But they're not fighting, and very few of them growl while you pass, and most of them do that in a friendly manner.
What's up?
Yeah, it's something along those lines. More, that's just their way of saying hi.
Shepherd. Rex.
Poor factor.
Shepherd.
But you are all led to a rather empty lot where you can see that there's probably been quite a few cattle roaming around in the very near vicinity and time. But it looks very empty. There's a guy with a cowboy hat standing, looking a bit forlorn. He looks like this. And as you approach, he says,
Quickly.
"Oh, Jack!
Quickly.
Good to see you. Well, you brought company. Great. Howdy
I
there,
have
partners."
bagged this your Jeb.
Burt
It
Reynolds.
might be
Tom
Burt Reynolds.
Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck. In Quickly Down Under, specifically.
Well, howdy there.
Hi, I'm Felix.
I'm Jep.
I'm mighty jealous of y'all's mustaches. I don't grow them.
I'm mighty proud of my mustache, I gotta say. It's a thing in these parts. We like our mustaches.
I'm jealous too.
Smooth as the day I was born.
But who are you fine people? You're welcome, of course, but I haven't seen any of you around. You don't look like you're around for... Well, maybe you, sir, but the rest of you...
No, I don't think any of us have ever visited down this far. Of this group, now some of my brothers have, but we are here to help. Actually, we were informed that going down.
Came to Meason on up to catch us some cattle thieves.
He smiles a bit at your attempt at his
from
language.
down yonder.
Well, it's good that you're here for that. I'm actually a bit relieved. Well, let me show you around. You can... It's
Take
not what
two.
to tell, really. It's really mysterious. You see, we were sleeping. And then Becky's our daughter. She woke up in the middle of the night screaming and said she had a nightmare and something about a weird ooh noise or moo noise. I don't know.
A moo noise?
Maybe, I don't know. Man. She said something about it sounded a bit like cows. But then when we looked out into the hole, all the cattle were missing.
Is this the first time it's ever happened? Has any other settlement or place around here has had this same situation?
I haven't heard of it before, to be honest. I've heard of cattle going missing every now and then. I mean, there's cattle rustlers and monsters.
501 and one night.
Exactly. That is not something you hear about every day, if ever.
Well, the Navajo tribe being too far away, the Forefathers tribe is here to help.
You're very welcome, sir. You're very welcome, and so are all of you. Well, have a look around. If you need anything, I'll be around. I'm making sure you fellas get something to drink.
Was there
lady,
any-
Of course, I'm very sorry, my lady. I didn't see you right there.
Was there an epicenter or a focus, or was it just blink and they're gone?
Like I said, we don't really know because when we looked down there, they were just gone.
Just
And we
was
were kind of sleeping, so we don't really know when it happened.
it just from one field, or was it from?
Well, this pen here, this big area, where we keep them for the night.
Is there anything floating in the sky, the night sky, while this happened afterwards? Anything with strange lights in?
Well, it's a bit hard to tell because the ley lines are flashing at night. So there were that, but they're always flashing at night.
This could be
Well-
UFO snatching.
I'm just going to meander off, like forgetting what I was doing. You know, they're still talking, and I'm just kind of meandering off somewhat rudely because I got distracted.
While you're probably talking to him. So he's
Quite
and
possibly.
turns over to Remy and just kind of continues the conversation.
I'm going to be building a small fox totem in the middle of said field,
Yes.
and then preparing to commune with spirits. But I'm building a fox totem first.
Fair enough.
While he's doing that, we can investigate and talk to Becky, see what she might know.
Cool. Do you want to kind of split up? You don't need to split up so you can't see each other, but one of you can investigate. That would probably be the detect concealment would be good for that. So
For
if
what?
any of you have detect concealment, looking around for the area for clues and tracks and stuff like that, tracking would also be handy.
I mean, I have both of those.
And then some of you could talk to Becky. Probably somebody who knows how to talk to people. Most of you can do that actually.
I volunteer.
Yeah. So you want to talk to Becky and Demetrius and Sophia. Are you gonna check around the area meanwhile?
I'm gonna interrogate her.
I'm going to stay close to Sophia, but yeah, she's going to go check out the pen, like where the cattle were. And she's kind of like, just testing things, picking up rocks, touching the gate handle, using her object read, basically, to try and get an idea of anybody who's touched that gate.
Well, let's do that first, actually, because Jeb will just have to need to go and get Becky, so that'll take a little while. Don't find out a lot, especially because I saw some failed rolls there.
Those were mine.
Oh, that was yours. Oh, never mind then. Do you have any detect concealment, any of you?
I do, and I failed it. And I have tracking,
yes, I
failed
was talking about the Atlantean in this case.
I know. I'm just batting 1,000 today. Failed and failed.
Don't worry, you can't track while you're doing your totem thing anyway.
No, I have to detect ambush. Nope. Play back.
Cool.
I have detect ambush, find contraband.
No. Well, then just give me perception rolls, each of you. I'm warning you, the target number is a bit high, but might as well roll them. You never know.
Roll. 1d20.
Oh!
Wow. I did very bad.
Well,
very poorly.
It's a shame it wasn't you I was asking, Felix.
Damn it! Damn it! Okay.
Do you have any bonuses, Atlanteans? To those rolls?
If it has something to do with interdimensional portals or anything like that, yes. And or vampires.
No. Well, you are searching around the sand and find absolutely nothing. Just what everybody would find, because that wouldn't take any perception rolls. You do notice a lot of tracks from cows in the pen, and you also notice that quite a lot of the front of the pen has been what looks like vaporized. And some tracks are leading a couple of feet out from the pen and then disappears. But you could find that out by just walking around for long enough. Remy, you are sitting on a bench waiting for Becky to come out, and you see this very cute-looking girl with pigtails, light brown hair, and a red flowery dress. Something from the Little House on the Prairie, really. Looking at you, quite frightened, but a little curious, with a teddy bear huddled straight to her chest. Hello.
Hey, Becky, you want to see a trick? Magic trick?
Hey.
I take my little thumb, I go like this, I cover it, and I go.
My brother does that.
Oh, okay. Well, you saw it
Yeah.
before.
Just finger.
All right, so
But she kind of looks entertained
all I
that you tried. It kind of loosens her up. Maybe it's the dad humor part of it.
that's all I got.
Okay.
Anyway, I heard you had a bad dream the other night. Something very important happened.
Bad. It's very, very, very scary.
What happened? You want to tell me about it? Because we're investigating it. We're looking into it so we can fix the problem.
Would you do me an impress roll? Not charm or impress. I think it's called.
Okay.
Just for how well you're doing, how sweet talking you are.
That's 100.
Yeah, that's a
or
percentile.
a D20. Yeah.
Hey. Well, you're a bit stumbling a bit over the words, and none of your silver tongue will shine through this day. But she just answers with, "It was dark, and it was lightning, and then it was these cows, and they went moo."
Okay, so you were sure it was cows and you sure it was moose, and that's all you heard?
They had horns,
They had horns?
and they kind of look like cows, a little bit.
And were they on all fours or did they stand up?
I don't know.
Okay, well that's very important. Thank you. I don't have anything to give you, like a piece of candy or something, but
Okay.
no, I don't have a piece of candy. I don't have.
Oh.
I give you a high five. Have anyone taught you high five?
What's high five?
So I put my hand up and I go to, and I put her hand and I go smack together. I said high five.
Tries it a couple of
There
times.
you go.
Okay.
Right.
Kind of like patty cake.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like pie cake. It's a way to say awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You like that word, huh?
Can I walk over and
So,
start trying to hi, I'm Sophia. I love patty cake.
You have blue hair.
Don't you like it? You can feel it.
It's weird. Never seen blue hair.
it's different.
You have tattoos.
Well, you know, probably don't need that much.
I didn't hear you.
You have tattoos.
Yes. I drew with marker.
You good at drawing.
Don't tell Daddy that.
Okay.
I can give you I can give you some markings. Some cool markings. Because I got that shoe polish from the guy.
Oh no, are you gonna
Right?
give a little
She's
girl
gonna
shoe
want
polish?
that.
Oh, the mess she's gonna make.
No, but can I give her a cool design, like a I don't know, tribal design?
You try to do something simple so you don't need to roll, and still looks kind of cool. And she well, for her at least, it looks kind of cool.
Right. Right.
Ooh,
Like her tattoo, right?
oh, it's pretty.
Just like you.
Mama gonna be mad though. Not supposed to be dirty.
Oh, well, the ear.
It comes off. It washes off.
You want to play patty cake?
And tell you.
Okay.
Patty cake, patty cake.
You are playing patty cake with Becky. Entertaining this girl that seems very surprised that these strangers are coming and playing patty cake and drawing strange symbols on her arms. But she seems to be having the time of her life until she hears her mama yelling, Becky, come in here. Okay, mama. I'm gonna go now. Mama's calling. Bye.
Okay. Here, take this shoe polish. It's a gift.
Okay.
and tell your parents it's shoe
Okay.
polish. Okay, it's just a
Mom, this is shoe polish. You hear her voice disappearing into the house. You've probably completed building your totem, Felix. Probably quite proud of it and making sure that you're ready to open yourself to the other side. In this
Yep.
case, you're not at all scared that you're gonna be possessed by all strange ghosts and stuff like that. It's gonna be very nice.
It's always a risk, but I think we're good in this time. It's so safe
Yeah.
here.
It's not Mad Haven. I mean, it's kind of close to home, so it should be good. It should be good. Nothing bad will probably happen. Now, the spirit world is about to open for Felix as he sits down, burns the proper herbs, and chants the proper chants, and feels the heat in a strange way. It seems to be bending in the air in patterns that normal people can't see. and you focus away from the mundane world of people and sand and cattle tracks. And notice a small lizard sitting on top of one of the fences, just looking at you, its eyes going both ways, one of them at you, one of them behind it.
Hi, I'm Felix.
Hello. I'm Liffy.
Lith, good to meet you. Good to meet you. I'm from the Forefathers tribe. Go through a quick introduction.
I'm from here.
Yes.
From the desert.
From the desert. I have a question for you. Were the cattle rustled how long ago?
I forgot to tell you, but you probably asked it on the way. 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Were you here 2 nights ago?
No, but that's why I'm here now. I felt it. Feel something weird in the air.
Could you describe what happened?
Lightning. Not like proper lightning.
Purple lightning. Did you see anything? Did you see anything you didn't recognize?
I smell salts
Salts
and dung.
and dung.
Lots of dung.
More dung than usual, considering you're in a cow patty?
No, bit more. One time. Then, smell of death. Smell
Sorry?
Of death.
The smell of death. Hmm. Was there anybody, were there any other spirits around you? Or is there anybody
Yeah,
else?
Daddy Lizard told me to go look. So I'm here.
The lizard told you to.
Daddy-
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard
Daddy
time.
Lizard told me to go here.
Daddy Lizard told you to go here.
Yeah.
Well, the lizard spirits have always been wise.
He said something not right. Something breaking the balance.
So it would seem.
Vengeance. Smelled vengeance. Strong vengeance.
Something was performing vengeance upon the cattle,
Just in the air.
upon the land. Just the smell of vengeance, the feel of vengeance was in the
Getting
air.
it? You getting it?
Okay. So anger and vengeance. There was purple lightning 2 nights prior. I think that's really about all I can, all he seems to recognize. So unless one of my fox spirits or something is here to provide guidance, I think that's probably about all that there's going to happen.
Again, you watch your fox spirit standing on his hind legs, smoking a cigarette up against the wall, going.
As one does.
That's one.
Well, whenever I'm dead communing, I'll return back to the party.
Zoom into existence once more. For the rest of you, you've just seen Felix sitting very still, chanting a bit, burning some herbs, then going over to one of the posts on the fence, and you heard his side of the conversation.
Was I able to scan with my X-ray vision to see if there was anything that he was talking to?
You did, and nothing was there.
How about if I phased and scanned?
Nothing
any-
still, but good idea.
I'll pass on. Well, the daddy lizard spirit sent a friendly Lith here after Lith's poor untimely death the night before last to purple lightning and the smell of vengeance, or purple lightning and the smell of death and the feeling of vengeance in the air.
Peggy recalled lightning, Mooo. and some kind of cow creature with horns bigger and scarier.
Well, I think it's time for me to do my proper wilderness scouting.
Yes, you can
Doing-
do your official roll.
Do my official rolls. Which one do you want me to roll?
Well, let's start with a tracking.
Okay, tracking is 56. Nada.
You don't pick up any special tracks. Then give me a wilderness survival.
Wilderness survival is 66.
Success.
By 15.
Excellent. Well, you don't find any tracks, but you do notice that a bit away, about 100 feet away from the pen, you notice something in the sand that's unfamiliar. Well, not unfamiliar, but it doesn't seem to fit in. It's glittering a bit, and it seems to be crushed crystal.
Crushed
It
crystal.
does smell slightly magical.
Well, we don't have a techno wizard in our party, but the closest thing to a wizard that we have is not here tonight. But Bill's
Well, what
character
about Jack?
is
Jack has, we don't know what Jack's skills are.
I'll call over the rest of the party.
You are now gathered.
Take a look at this. Seems techno wizardry, kind of like what we were seeing at Hope this morning.
Crushed crystals.
Can I see the aura of it?
Oh yes, you most definitely can. Sorry?
Picture.
Oh
I'll
yes,
take a picture.
you get a picture of the crystals. Well, not a crystal that's granulated. It's not really an aura as a living being, which doesn't surprise you, Sophia, of course, but you do see a lingering magical aura that's kind of dissipating at this moment. Do you have law magic?
I know I do. I think you do too. Your skills.
Just a minute. It's got something in my eye.
So, demons and monsters gives you general knowledge about magic, rules and circles, recognize enchantment.
General knowledge would do.
This is mine, so yours would be under skills.
So I got wilderness survival, and I also have X-ray vision. Can I scan the last known location to see if there's any tracks? To see if any
Not-
any kind of physical.
Not for
remnants?
tracks, but you could do a wilderness survival if you want.
She can do an object read on the crystals.
You could definitely do that. But if you don't have low magic, what you see is kind of this odd contamination of the magic, something dark, but you can't really place the school. It definitely gives you the creeps, though. Was that a success, Remy?
Yes.
You find a few more patches of this crystal sand around the same place. Not exactly the same place. If you would say it was in any direction, it was probably heading north, but it's again a couple of hundred feet away from the fence. So
What
there's
about
nothing after that.
What about the dung? Did I hear dung mentioned? Did Felix?
There is dung, but there's mainly within the pen, and there is quite a lot of it, but you don't really know if it's supposed to be there.
Is there any dung outside of what we would normally see from the cows?
No. You don't have any animal husbandry skills, any of you, as far as I know, so you don't know if it's an abnormal amount.
I do.
You do.
I have both lores, animal and cattle, and animal
You do?
husbandry.
Excellent.
Nice.
Then you can actually see without rolling that it seems to have they have vacated quite suddenly. All of them
Like stampeded out?
Well, when I say vacated, I kind of mean that metaphorically because you were asking about dung.
Yeah, okay.
So
Some
apparently
said
they
crap out.
all took a dump at the same time, which leaves
They shat
Yes,
bricks. Got it.
which meant there is an abnormal amount of dung. Yes,
Sounds
but
good.
nothing
Sounds
outside the pen. It seems like it's happening inside the pen.
Pass that information on.
On that crystal dust, can I do the object read images to see flashes of insight to the person who wants to own that? Own it?
Yes, you definitely can. Give me a percentile roll. Oh,
You got it.
you get the same shiver that you got from reading its aura, like this sense of wrongness, but no images, unfortunately.
I don't see. Okay, so it looks like they just disappeared.
Kind of seems like it, from your perspective, yes.
It has to be like a magical kind of. Like, did they rift? Did a rift open?
She's going to try again with the object read to get impressions under 64%.
Fair enough. Nope,
You got my luck tonight.
ain't happening.
Brick wall. Brick wall.
These shards do not want to be read for some reason. But with the rifting, rifting is expensive, and especially rifting this many creatures would require a hell of a lot of magic. And you would have sensed that, if no one else than Felix. So no, it's not a rift, but something odd is definitely going on.
So what if we talk to Jack? What we found? Bring him into the conversation and see if he.
We need to find out who Jeb is pissed off, because if this is vengeance, it's vengeance on Jeb or Jeb's family, which is Jeb and Jack. Probably not vengeance on Hope itself, because I think that would be more targeted on Hope, but there is a feeling of vengeance here, so it's probably on Jeb or his family.
All right, so let's go talk to Jeb.
And Jack is the sheriff of the town,
Yeah.
right?
And the brother
Yes.
of Jeb.
Plenty of chances for somebody to be pissed off at him.
Oh yes.
Right.
He's also a cyber which just makes that quadruple.
But something like this is for the amount of energy and effort that it would take to do something like this, there's probably things that they could do to hurt Jack more than go after Jeb's
This is
cattle.
also true.
Honestly, my suspicion is that there's a world out there of male cows who need females. They opened a rift. They came in and captured all the cows and took them to the world. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. And this is a crazy world.
I love that theory.
I see
Crazier things have
I see
happened.
the dots you're connecting.
This is what's going on in my head. I don't know if I should even be saying these things out loud, but this is the kind of math that's going on.
Maybe these crystals are like magical crystal meth, and they were just trying to get the girl high.
I like your theories. I will neither confirm nor deny the authenticity of these theories, but I like them.
I'm glad we're in
Yeah,
it.
let's go talk to Jeb.
You discuss this while heading towards Jeb, that's standing around talking to Jack. And as you approach, they turn towards you and look expectant.
Jeb,
Yes, sir.
have you pissed anybody off lately?
Don't think so. Don't reckon so. No.
Do you have any particular
And
rivals, long-term enemies, people that especially dislike you?
Not really any. Well, there's a couple of monsters that probably don't like me none.
Watching
but-
his heart rate.
Seems normal. A bit higher than normal, but that's expected. And
Jack, do you have? I know you have enemies, but do you have any enemies that would be particularly connected to your brother?
no, I don't reckon so. I do have quite a lot of enemies. A lot of bandits I chased out of town.
Because the spirits tell me that this was vengeance.
That doesn't sound good.
We found techno-wizard crystals
Techno-wizard crystals, you say?
scattered around outside your paddock.
Can I have a look? I've seen techno-wizardry. I know techno-wizardry.
I'll go show them.
Doesn't look like any. Well, it's crystal, and techno-wizardry does use a lot of crystal, but mostly it's whole. It's an entire crystal. This dust thing doesn't look like anything I've seen before. Well,
Is he telling the truth? Has he changed any heart rate?
doesn't seem so, but as you are x-raying him, it is kind of odd because, like I said, he's fused with his armor, so a lot of wires are going into his organs. Not like cybernetics, just growing into them. You've seen a couple of cybernetics in Laszlo, so you've seen this before. It's odd. But no, he seems like he's very calm. Actually, he's been kind of the same heart rate all the time. He's just cool as a cucumber. But, I might... Well, there's these caves up north. These crystals. And I've seen...
Caves up north, you said?
People went there, they kind of dragged this dust around them, and it kind of looks like that.
All right. Can you show us on a map where that cave might be?
Well, sure, of course. It's called Glitter Rock. It's about a couple of miles north of here, up in the Rockies.
Okay.
He shows you on your map. You have the map from last time with the Baronies and.
Now, is there an actual trail going to this place, or are we going to have to blaze our own?
Mainly blaze your own. It's pretty much the same thing unless you want to travel between the Baronies. We don't have a lot of roads.
Okay. Will our truck get there?
Sorry?
Will our truck get there?
Looked like a hover thing, so I reckon so.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, let's go check it
Yeah.
out.
Sounds like a good lead.
Sorry I couldn't help you more. Good luck.
Thank you.
So, is this stuff potentially dangerous to us? Like, we're going to go into a place where these people have this stuff in massive quantities. Is this something to worry about?
I don't know.
I mean, the entire world
But
is
there's a cave.
littered with atomic hotspots,
There's-
so...
There's people in the cave that aren't dying by breathing it, so seems fine.
All right, let's investigate. Glitter Rock is...
Head to the cave.
You drive towards the location in Lenny?
Sure.
And I'll take the horse.
Well, let's get the Lenny map. We'll just remove Dr. Forsyth because he is at Leslie. And David because he's at Leslie. Otherwise, oh yeah, and Illustra because she is not in Leslie. And Kia because he's not in Leslie. So, Felix, you were riding outside?
Yep.
Otherwise, are you happy with your position, everybody?
Yeah.
Well, who's driving Lenny? Lenny is?
Yeah.
I mean, so I'll be in point in front of everything because I'm leading. I'm doing the navigation.
Cool. Lenny can drive itself, but it can also use a driver because he's not a military driver. He's just good at straight on driving.
And Sophia has techno-wizardry, right? She can communicate.
Yeah.
with me. Sophia,
Well, not techno-wizardry, but telemechanics, which is even better. So, yeah.
Sophia, you want to take point on the wheel?
Yep.
88%.
Ah.
Oh, you don't need to roll right now. Right now it's straight on flat Earth.
Okay.
So no need to roll.
Quick question.
Okay.
The modifications we did to Lenny, the railgun and the projector light, does he have access to those controls?
Oh, well, I guess you could have linked it up with your electronics, so yeah, sure, no problem.
So
I would say you can't drive the car and use the gun at the same time in combat, but other than that, yeah, no problem.
okay, but like on standby, like we can leave and he can be on alert and have access to his own guns and protection.
Oh,
if he
yes.
needs to? Excellent. And does he have optics outside the car? Does he see?
Well, you suppose so, because he asks about stuff going on around him, not like what is it, but there's something over there, you should probably check it out, has been mentioned from Lenny every now and then. So he seems to be aware. It's the same pretty much inside and out, but you haven't been able to find any actual sensory equipment that should do this.
Okay.
There is sensory equipment in the car, of course, but it's mainly just, well, the equivalent of GPS, just without the satellites.
Okay. So he can definitely operate the projector while
Oh,
we're
yes.
in the car, and he.
He can
Okay,
definitely do
excellent.
that. That should be an easy electronic fix with some wires, so yeah, no problem. But yes, you drive onward, and you are in the position. Good. Well, let's start off with Felix. Give me a perception roll.
Perception. Roll 1d20 plus 7. Last time was a 20 and we didn't use it. This time's a 1 and we are. Yay!
Riding along, nothing to see. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Now, I would like our dear Atlanteans to make me a
Yes.
perception roll -2.
You said perception or detect ambush? Because I have that.
Just perception.
Right. I'll take the 6.
Was that for the 18?
Me.
Excellent. Well, Sophia, your
Good drive.
race, and Demetrius, of course, has a very strange additional sense. Not just sensing the supernatural, and more people can do that, but this feeling of a very specific creature that only Atlanteans, for some reason, have a radar sense going on about. There's a vampire in the vicinity, within 300 meters, which is your sensory of vampire range. It's only there for about a second, and then it's gone.
We tell Felix real quick. We tell Felix real quick that there's a vampire in the area. Be careful.
Huh. I'd have thought I'd have noticed.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Would you please give me, you have a percentile for your specific detecting of supernaturals, as far as I remember?
Yes. It is as per Dog Boy, which is 40% plus 5 per level, so 40% plus 15 is a 55. Plus 55.
Oh, no vampires about.
I think my character is doing about as good as I'm doing today.
No vampires? No.
Gee, thought I would have noticed it by now.
I mean,
Okay.
the sky is
Yeah,
smelling a bit
they're gone.
funny, but that's probably nothing.
It's so peaceful here. How could there be a vampire?
You say that, well, you shout that inside into Lenny, and then your voice is interrupted by the break of thunder in the distance.
Huh. Thunder in the distance. Sounds like somebody's got a pistol like mine.
It's a purple light.
And then you slowly see roiling black clouds gather in a very strange pattern, almost surrounding pattern, one would say.
Like a swarm?
Yeah, but with you in the eye.
Oh crap.
Well, we can either stay here or we can decide to go into the cave.
Oh, you're not at the cave yet, you're still driving. Speaking of that, you all, without perception check, notice a great big bang underneath Lenny, which is probably not a good idea, and Lenny going, "Ow!" and then slowing down and stopping. And you all notice,
I didn't do that.
you notice smoke outside from the
Okay.
What banged underneath Lenny?
Take no. Do.
I look through my X-ray and see what's underneath.
Well, a
Lenny.
lot less than there were before. Apparently, somebody had placed a bomb under Lenny.
Oh great. Does he still have power? He just doesn't have drive, right?
It seems like his hover engine has been badly damaged.
Great.
Well, let's tuck Lenny into the ground. Since that wasn't an attack like from the ground, it was something that was placed there. Let's tuck Lenny in, give him a nice cozy spot under some trees and some cover.
Mm-hmm.
As you say this, you all hear the wind blowing in a very strange, odd fashion. Kind of
Tell
melodic. Okay.
Tell Lenny to turn on the spotlight and do a 360. What happens?
Nothing. Well, there's kind of this cross bat signal going around, which is kind of cool. Let's face it.
But the clouds don't recede or anything.
No. And it kind of falls into this rhythm of this melodic, stormy voice going moo, moo.
I'm gonna hop off my horse, tie my horse up by Lenny,
Make me a perception test.
and I'm going
Make
to
me a perception test before you do anything else.
a
Before you do
perception.
anything else. Excellent. You notice the ground moving somewhat. Not a lot. Kind of next to you. Small spider web of. It looks like a mole digging itself out.
So here's basically what's happening, right? I'm tying up Lenny, or tying up the horse, and it's like, okay, that tie. Power attack!
Give me a strike roll.
Plus, what did I just? I just wrote it down because my melee is 4. Because it's different for each of my weapons. Yeah, 4.
That's a definite hit. Would you give me some damage, please? Very decent. You feel skin and bone crunching. A lot less gooiness than you might imagine from actually hitting a living creature. Well, not so much living as we'll find out in a moment, but a creature. And you hear kind of the sound of and then interrupted as you hit through what apparently is its speaking device.
I'll pull it up out of the ground.
You are holding in your hand what can only be described as the head of a zombie cow. And
Zombie
and
cow.
as you do this, a lot of the earth around you begins to erupt, arising from their doomy grave are cows.
Oh.
About 50 of them. Very worse for the wear. Some of them are lacking skin. Some of them are lacking eyes. They look somewhat zombie-ish, some might say. I'm gonna show you a picture of the zombie cows.
Arise, ye fighters. Step forth for Fate has come to us today.
Ooh.
Seems to me the steak's going bad.
Oh yeah, do not eat this steak. Definitely do not eat this steak. Well, you are now all aware of what's going on, and everybody please roll me initiative.
That's an ugly cat.
Good.
Can I perform an exorcism?
When it's your turn, yes. You can try. Got 11 from Felix. And a 14 from Remy.
How did that plant a bomb?
Remember that vampire? Sophia and Demetrius, your initiative?
And roll yours, but you have plus 6 because you're 6 cents. So yours is
I'll be back in just one moment.
1d20 plus 6. There you go. Yours is a 9 now. Mine.
Yep.
And mine is plus. Try to pick it up here. Hold on a second. Shoot.
Might as roll. Roll meanwhile. Oh, they're very fast zombie cows.
I would have thought it was on the main page, but I can't seem to find it.
Oh, roll me a d20. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we need a
16. Actually, that makes it important because the cows have a -2 initiative, and so if you have more than a 16, you're first. So please find your bonuses.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
Suddenly, it became important. Otherwise, you act at the same time as the zombie cow.
My page is cut off. I can't see what the rest of
I will just take you at the same time then. Let's just take your action first because it will happen simultaneously with the cows. What do you do, Demetrius?
Get outside of Lenny and activate my sword.
Kinky.
Yeah.
You definitely notice all these springing zombie cows from the ground. Apparently, it's all of a sudden very fast. Well, not fast, I wouldn't say that. It's their turn now. They use it mainly to clamber out of their hole, except for the head that Felix is holding, which is trying very hard to bite you. It's not really doing a good job because you're holding the head. Can't really turn, but you can definitely see its head going in your hands.
Okay.
The rest of them are now up from their hole and slumbering towards Lenny with a dead look in their eyes. More dead than usual, cow.
Hey, Remy. Hey, Remy. See what happens if you squirt it with your super soaker.
It is your turn, Remy.
Well, did Lenny use his mirror? Is he responding to it with the lamp?
Sorry.
Is Lenny using his spotlight to
Oh.
respond to the zombie vampire creature, whatever?
Well, it doesn't seem like to affect these cows, no, but shouldn't affect some. Well, you don't know if it affects zombies, but the spotlight doesn't do anything to the zombie cows.
All right. I do have explosives, concussion grenades. Is Felix near the hole where all these are coming out of, or if
I mean, I just pulled one from a hole.
They're kind of surrounding Lenny at the moment, and Felix is standing next to one of the frontmost holes, so he's in the vanguard of these. A lot of them will probably attack him in the next round.
is there a group that I can hit with a grenade?
Oh yes, most certainly. You could probably hit about 5 of them at the same time with an okay roll, even better with a natural 20, of course, but...
Okay, so I want to use a grenade on the group. So I guess I run, I come out and click, boom.
Yep, give me a strike roll. You didn't have targeting as a weapon proficiency, so it's just a straight d20. That is a hit. You see some of these zombies flying away from the blast area, going "Brrr," and landing on top of some of the others. There's a small break in the formation, but the rest of them is still moving towards you. The 5 of them that you hit will not be able to attack next round.
Does the blast dismember any of the zombie cows?
Nope.
Maybe incendiary grenade.
But that gets us to Felix.
Okay.
You are standing next to about
Which-
7 of these zombie cows, just risen from the earth.
So the first question, would we be anywhere near a ley line?
Yes, indeed.
So that doubles my bow damage. The next question, would these things be somehow related to an alien intelligence or an essence fragment?
Yes, they are.
Huh.
So we said double damage on a ley line, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, did we determine... I don't remember.
we
We
did it
said
the
asked
big
this
way.
once. Okay.
This has come up before.
Yep. Okay. Bow, spirit, cow.
Yes. You definitely hit. They do not try to dodge you. Please do me a massive amount
so-
of damage.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll that many dice, or my normal dice times that amount?
However you want to do it.
I want to roll that
Yeah,
many dice, just because that'd
whatever
be
feels
fun.
best, really. I'm cool with it.
Okay. So...
Honestly, if I
Yeah.
had dice in my hand, I would probably choose that option too. Exactly. That's pretty decent. You vaporize a cow with this magical
Jeez.
arrow, which is quite odd because it just would make a hole through it, but it just kind of and covers the nearby
It is a
cows with
spirit
dead
arrow,
cow. So they are now zombie cows covered in dead cow. Blip. Well, that gets us to Sophia.
Can I do the exorcism?
Well, as far as I remember, the exorcism is
Oh,
more
well,
something you do
come on.
for a long time, kind of like the power of Christ compels you, kind of stuff.
Okay, so you're
But let's be. I'm okay with using it differently. Give me a save versus possession. I will do likewise.
yes.
You have bonuses.
For you, you can look under your actual character. Online Oh. That doesn't look like it's been put in there. Thought you had bonuses.
Don't just PE give a bonus to possession? I don't remember, but otherwise the mind melter actually might have some.
I have a plus 300 PE.
Just check if that works because it's close. Mind melter. Yes, most certainly indeed. You have +4 to save versus possession.
That's what I thought.
So yes, you do have a higher roll than me. So, you all notice this at the same time. You haven't tried this before, so you don't really know what effect it will have, Sophia. But you try to grab into that part that is usually a spirit that you yank out of a poor innocent person that's been possessed by some demon or other, and instead grab the animating force, and in a pull, snap it like a twig. You all see the zombie cows falling over. Being all ready for battle, you all stand like anticlimactic, ready to fight something that's all of a sudden not that dangerous.
No.
And then,
Sorry, Felix.
and then in the sky, you hear the voice that was very solemn before, with a moo in strange melodies, not sounding solemn at all. And in very bad American, curse you Atlanteans! I will get my vengeance! I swear, I, Lord Bullocks, will get my revenge!
Moo, you too.
And then you see the storm kind of dissipate.
Huh.
Still stormy around you, but nothing is trying to eat you.
Wow.
Well, it was Lord Bollocks. We could probably go back and call it an investigation, or we keep going towards the glittering caves.
Check the caves
See what we
just in
find.
case.
Still about 450 heads of cattle missing.
Yeah.
Well, Lenny's what damage was Lenny?
Fix Lenny.
If it was only a couple of miles, we can tuck Lenny here and come back for him.
Lenny is unable to move probably very small speeds he could do, but it would be chuk. But he is repairable.
He is repairable? Okay. How come he didn't notice it in the first place? That's what I'm curious about. Like, was it When did the bomb get planted on him? Or while we were driving, or while we were what?
When we were in Hope and he was sent to a parking spot like every other.
And he wasn't aware because he has eyes on the outside. He wasn't aware that anyone, no one touched
He
him.
didn't notice anything.
So
What-
it could have been
whenever
just
it happened.
planted here in our path.
Yeah. That's true. But they do have tunneling. They do have tunneling. Some could have tunneled, but we saw a vampire. How come my ring didn't detect while we were driving? The vampire is evil, isn't it?
You would have been the third option of perception, but that's why I did it in that order. Felix would have noticed because he was outside and had the magic sense. The
So-
Atlanteans have the whole sense vampire thing, and in your case, you would have gotten a perception test to also notice this slight something.
Once it got him within range.
But what I mean is, it passed over us. It didn't actually touch Lenny. It didn't actually plant the bomb on Lenny.
It might have.
While we were driving and while we were aware of it. Yeah, while we were in the city, it could have been planted.
Can I repair
That's
Lenny?
interesting.
Not here, no. But with parts, and you get him to a shop, you could repair him. But he's probably not mobile at the moment.
I mean, I could probably carry him.
He is quite a big car.
You know,
Uh-huh.
soup them up.
Between you and me, dude.
But do you wanna cover him up and continue on, or do you?
Yeah,
wanna
I will-
try to-
What I want to, before we do anything else, if I may please, I want to get Sophia to use her tele abilities and use my camouflage technology and see if Lenny can adapt it or understand it and use it to his advantage.
The short answer is no, because Lenny doesn't do stuff like that, and you need some sort of special material. The longer answer is, if you get enough of this material, then yes, you could do that, but it's pretty high tech for this one. It's because what you've actually been given, your new armor, is not the exact same technology that you arrived here with. It's something called Narunitech, which is an alien arms merchant that sells. It has the same effect as your old armor because we just copied that armor, but it's slightly different in its technology, and you need to kind of know how that works. But it's possible. It's possible.
Gotcha. So yeah, we just camouflage him best of our ability.
Yeah, you could do that. You have the abilities together. You don't need to roll me for that. But as you do that, I think it's a good place to slowly end the game for the evening. That I was just about to ask. But before we end, for the coming week and fun game time, tomorrow we return with 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Tomb of Annihilation, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Monday, the cast of Solar Patrol returns, 8:30 to 10. Tuesday, we have Conan. Wanna say something, Chance?
Yeah, we finally found the Lordling, but they found them. They got high at a feast, and now they're in some sort of a foggy spirit world.
Sounds like my high school days. Cool. That's 6 to 8 p.m. And then our Halloween lineup begins at Wednesday, the 10 Candles, from 8 p.m. to 10:30. And of course, next Saturday, we will be here, maybe with a little bit of a different lineup, a bit of guest star here and there, but we will be back. But on Sunday, of course, is Fates of the Dead from 8 p.m. to 10:30. And I'm missing all sorts of stuff. There's pretty much stuff. There's also Halloween Star Trek on Monday. So, a lot of stuff to look forward to. So glad you could join us this wonderful evening, and see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.